dear friends of my YouTube channel Retro Photo House. I'm keep going with the explanation of how to repair and adjust Russian and German lenses, and today I would like to talk about very special lens. This is Industar-69 2.8 on 28 millimeters of focal length. Yes, this is a wide angle lens, and this is a pancake format with M39 thread mount. Basically, there are some good news about this lens. So first of all, it was designed for Russian half frame camera Chaika. So it covers 24 on 18 millimeters of surface, half frame size. And the good news about that are that it gives this approximately 28 millimeters of focal length on modern mirrorless cameras with a crop size sensor. So if you will put this lens onto your Fuji or Panasonic or Sony Nex cameras, it will give you the original 28 millimeters of wide angle, and it's quite sharp even at wide open, and it delivers beautiful images. And also the good news that is extremely cheap. You can find it on eBay for 20-25 bucks. So I will explain today how to adapt it fully onto mirrorless camera, because when you will put just like this lens to your camera, it will not focus onto infinity, only maybe up to 2-3 meters. And the main aim for wide angle lens is of course to focus on infinity, just to shoot panoramas or something like that. So you will need the L39 to, for example, here I have Fuji X adapter, but you can use also the same adapter for L39. You can take L39 to micro four thirds adapter, or L39 to Nex adapter, and the manipulation, the idea is exactly the same for all cameras. So first of all, what we will need to have to adjust this lens to infinity onto mirrorless, you just need a simple little screwdriver, and you need a nail varnish also. Just only two things, and of course you need your adapter and the camera. In my case, this is XM1 Fuji body. So on the side there are 3 little screws, 1, 2 and 3. We need to just make them loose to be able to remove the front. First of all, you need to focus lens to infinity here, you see. So we just unscrew a little bit the screws to get front part of the lens loose, and to remove it by pulling it out. You see, you have removed the front part of the lens, and you see the block here, the blocking pin, and as well here. So it gives us, when you put it together, it prevents from turning more. You see here. And when we have removed the front part, you have here your optical block. And usually you can turn it more deeply inside, because to get the infinity focus you need to have the optical block closer to the sensor, to the camera sensor, and just to take and you turn it. So, and in this way you can gain up to 2-3 millimeters normally, or to short the distance by 2-3 millimeters, and in 70% of cases it's enough to get the infinity focus. So when you've done this, you just turn it to the end with a little bit of, just a little bit of free play here, you see. And then you just take the front part of the lens, you align your infinity here like this, you put it together, you align infinity, and just you screw down, you fix it with the same 3 little screws like this. And third one. So it turns, you see, and normally you just then put the adapter onto the lens, you put it onto your camera, and you can shoot with it. And normally, as I said, in 70% of cases it's enough. But there is some bad news. The bad news are that when you shifted the inner optical block, there is a red dot, and this red dot shows normally the aperture value. For example, here we are at wide open, so this red dot in normal position, it was here, but as we turned more the inner part, optical block, and the outer front part, the outer part remained at the same place, you cannot use normally the aperture scale. So for this you will need to remove this red dot, I don't know, maybe with a screw or with whatever else. You just remove it, you don't need it. Here, for example. And you just take the nail varnish and you just put that a little red dot of the varnish to the new place here, for example. Just little dot like here. So here you have. You see? So normally the job is done. Sometimes, as I said, in approximately 30% of cases, it's not enough to reach infinity. In this case, what I do, I cut the inner aluminum ring, this adapter, for example. This is a normal one, you see, and here I've cut approximately 1.5 millimeters of this ring to allow the lens be screwed more deeply into adapter. I cut it using the turning latte machine. So, and in this case, with the ring cut and turned completely to the end, the optical block, you will have for sure your infinity point. And you just put the lens onto your camera and you play with it, and you enjoy the great results. So this is very short tutorial about really nice pancake Soviet wide-angle lens. I thank you for your attention. If you are looking for tested and cleaned Russian lenses, please visit my eBay store. Thank you for your attention. To the next videos. Bye bye.